All right, we can call the February 7th Architecture Review Board meeting to order at 5:36. Roll call,
Gary Ninola,
here.
Brian Parsons,
Here.
Dennis Marino.
Here.
Review of the, or approval of the ARB meeting minutes that were January 17th, 2023. Guys reviewed them?
Yes.
Any questions? Any comments?
No questions, no comments.
So make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, minutes are approved. Agenda item number 1, case ARB 2303, 972 Bell Road, addition and modifications. And you want to call?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You signed in and all that, whatever. Terrific. All right, so, looks like there's a lot of doors on the one side here.
Do you, just a quick question, do you have a picture of the front of the house? I don't know, for some reason I've got everything but.
Are you talking about the photo?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not there. It should be there.
I've got right, left, rear, and across the street.
Yeah, I didn't see the front. I was struggling a little bit to figure that out.
Well, the front, if you don't have a photo of the front is basically what you see in the drawings without the porch on it.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
just,
what the rendering. How about these?
Yeah, so that left-hand side, there is the front. Currently without that porch, we want to add that porch. Because there's two doors there. I don't know if you can see what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So currently there are two doors into the front of this house, and it really kind of makes no sense inside or out.
Sure.
You know, this is like a dining room area over here, a living room area over here, and then there's another door here that kind of is also in the living area, but kind of connects the main path of the house. So we want to put this on just to identify that it's the front door. I think I don't know if she wants to get rid of this at this point or not, but I mean, certainly an option, just kind of fill that in.
Or add a window there.
Or add a window. But then we want this to be kind of like the front main entrance of the house.
Okay. And so what was the existing front entrance then?
Pick your door. I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Okay.
Because you got another door over here, which is actually the current dining room.
All right, then you got,
And then you got a corner, down here, there was another door that goes into a motor, but I think they added that during, in the 80s, Parker had an addition on this house. So there's a lot of doors, so you want to kind of focus on one of them.
then the Van Morrison.
Pardon me?
They know Van Morrison.
Van Morrison.
And the doors.
I know who the doors are, I know who Van Morrison is too, yeah, not personally, but.
I think you were with the doors.
no,
Jim Morrison.
No, Jim Morrison.
So versus separate people again.
Okay.
Okay, and so then we're adding this, just, attached garage, it doesn't have an attached garage, it had a detached garage, which we since knocked down.
Okay.
And we kind of kept this in the same kind of farmhouse style, and then obviously the new addition incorporates just a more of a modern feel. And we raised it just to get some light into this house. The ceiling heights are so low in this house that we're trying to get the new family, the new kitchen area is all back in here. And I wanted to get light in here in the morning in the south and in the west, so that's why it's a little bit tall. But that's why I also has a flat roof, because I didn't want to kind of put even a 12-12 on here would be the 10 to make the mass of that addition bigger than the house.
So the existing house is is this far in.
Correct.
You've added this.
No, I'm just asking to add this.
This here, yeah,
Correct.
right,
Yeah.
that up there is existing.
This is all existing back in here.
Right.
This is all existing through in here. We're just redoing this area right in here. This is basically the main house that's there now.
What's the, you putting like a membrane, obviously membrane roof on it?
Right, over roof.
Yeah. Thank you.
In terms of the rubber roofs, where you're indicating, I think I saw a note where generally that's just build-up insulation. It's like a 1/4 inch per foot.
Mhm.
Tapered insulation?
Yeah, tapered insulation, thank you. But is the intent that depending on which direction this slopes, I mean, that's gonna show up in your edge, your fascia board, right?
Right.
No, I'm
Are you
pitching.
intending to hide it behind the fascia board?
No, it's a hip system, so there is no high side of that roof. The gutter board and fascia board are all continuous.
So you have a high point in the middle?
So you're doing a high point in the middle?
Correct.
Okay,
Otherwise, I mean, the size of that, even at 1/4 inch, I'd be a couple feet out.
that's why I asked.
Yeah, no, that's-
That makes sense,
Looks a
thank you.
little weird.
Nope, that makes,
Okay.
And basically, all the materials are to match existing, the sidings, white windows are black. Even in the modern part of the kind of mods in to kind of keep the cohesion going.
So this roof plan doesn't look like it necessarily encompasses, if I'm reading this right. So that's that. So is there a match line somewhere in this roof? Or, I mean, if that roof seems like it's.
Did you ask me a question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the roof plan itself,
Okay.
where it was. So that's over the great room.
Got that chimney blocks your view on the elevation quite a bit.
Yeah, okay. No, I think I understand it now. Yeah, I mean, it would have been good if there was let's call it an actual roof plan instead of just kind of superimposed. It actually doesn't show up that well on the elevation to show that it's tipped like that.
Well, I mean, we definitely are hitting it, because if you can see the distance between the upper transoms, I mean, they're continuous all the way around. I know that you can't catch that back elevation very good because the garage covers it, but I mean, that rear elevation and side elevation of it, in this area here. So I'm maintaining this distance. And then, Ruth, can you come down a little bit?
oh,
It's just where I wanted to go and it's not there. So again, so in order for this to line up, that roof just has to be a hip roof.
Yeah, I understand the concept, it doesn't necessarily show up. You're not seeing that in elevation, there might be let's say a light line that would identify, the pitch going up
Oh,
towards the middle, I guess.
I got you.
But, I mean, doesn't, from the ground, you're not gonna know the
Right, I
difference.
mean, that's a plate under 14 feet.
Yeah.
So,
So the other elevation will match for that clear story space.
correct. Both on this side and that side.
Yeah, the windows.
And looking at it from where you can't see it from this over this group, the garage.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
So that's basically a rectangle.
Yeah, so, not to beat it dead horse here,
Okay.
what I'm understanding is that you've got, this is pitching up.
Correct.
And that's pitching back
Correct.
down. And that's right. You don't see it there.
No, you don't.
You'll never see it, it just didn't show up.
I got you. I understand.
Okay. Is there any comments?
I noticed on the garage, your intent is, are you matching the existing, I'll call it the gingerbread on the existing house?
No, I submitted you drawings about the gingerbread because the homeowner does not want to continue the gingerbread.
Okay.
So we're gonna remove it from the existing house, which I believe they added it afterwards.
Oh, so the existing house will not have it either?
Correct. Because
Okay.
there's only parts of the existing house that actually have it, and it's just not continuous.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that on the front elevation, that door that shows up on not at the main entrance, but the one that goes on the dining room, ought to be swapped out for a window. So it just seems,
I'm perfectly fine with that. It's bizarre that it's there, the way it is.
yeah, I mean, the other doors, the pair of doors, they're recessed back. But adding that entrance area, I think gets you better definition of the entrance, for sure.
The other question I have so the rear elevation, you have decorative storage barn doors. This is the garage, I
Mhm.
believe. And then I think on the opposite elevation, sorry, I guess it would be the front elevation.
Those are also, they're not functional.
Right, but there's a window on the front. Is there a reason you would do the barn doors on the back and a window on the front and not just do two windows or? And I don't necessarily have an issue with the decorative, especially since the gingerbread detail, if that's going away.
Yeah, there's no, so above the garage, there's no living space.
Oh,
So it's just a window to the front, just this thing.
okay.
So there's no living space above the garage whatsoever, so.
Okay. Yeah, and the reason I brought it up, because my initial concern was the barn doors seemed a little bit out of place with the gingerbread detail in terms of just style, in my opinion. But if that's going away, it's going to be more of a, in my opinion, a farmhouse looking. So. I don't have any other questions, comments.
So you're doing lap siding in that front, the new front porch gable?
Correct. Just an actually,
Yeah, that's something I'd consider, maybe changing the texture up for that.
Where's that?
Gable for the front porch, it's pretty big.
I'm actually wondering if that gable shouldn't be dropped down a little bit.
It is,
It seems a little bit too tall. And I mean, if the door that's there was replaced, oh shoot, I marked the wrong door. Shoot.
it's pretty easy in this house.
Okay, so what I was thinking,
Yeah, I can see that dropping down to the
I mean, the other option would be to, I mean, you probably don't have headroom
I
inside.
don't
it.
have any headroom inside.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you put an 8-foot door in there,
I
but you can't.
No,
No, I'm not
What
disagreeing.
years, how old is this
I
house?
don't know exactly when it was built, but
It's gonna
it's,
be 1880s or older, yeah.
I mean, it would.
Yeah, that would probably help a lot, dropping that thing down.
I'm wondering if does it make sense to trim out, I mean, we don't have a photograph of the front of the house, but it seemed that door should have some kind of trim around it to give it some importance,
Hmm.
you know?
Mhm.
What is the existing siding on the house? What, like, it's wood,
It's wood,
it's
yeah.
traditional wood. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
inclined,
yes, there's other details on here, 'cause that's really just,
There are, there's nothing really to match that.
freeze boards even behind that stuff or anything.
I think that,
Yeah.
I'm inclined to say that I don't have an issue with what's going on with everything except that front entrance. I think that the front entrance ought to be something that there should be, first of all, we should have a better elevation drawn that shows, I mean, it's hard to tell because there's no photograph to start with, right? And if we could get, and it'd be nice to see that the bearing for the roof, the fascia, the gutter line was dropped a little bit, and maybe there's maybe there's trim around that door already, I don't know, but it just seems like it's missing something. You're going to the trouble of putting like a nice covered entrance over it, and yet it still looks like it's missing.
I don't disagree with you. The situation we have with that is we had it at the end.
Yeah.
And it does encroach on zoning. So I would have to go back to
Yes,
zoning board of appeals for the front porch because
Yes.
it's within the 75-foot.
You wouldn't have to if you're not going any further out or anything like that. It doesn't change the zoning. You know what I mean?
it's not there now, right?
No, but I mean, he's
Yeah,
got approval to put the porch on, okay? We're just saying bring the roof down and add some trim on the
No,
door.
but the setback, front setback, he has to go board zoning anyway.
Oh, you
Front
don't
porch.
have approval for zoning yet?
No,
Not for that front porch.
he
Okay.
has to get
Got
But if you could,
a
if
variance for that.
I assumed that it had zoning approval before
No,
we
it
started.
doesn't because we didn't catch it in time, but if you would approve it, if I lowered it, the trim around there, I could then, that's the goal here, correct? If they approve that, then it would be contingent on zoning.
Yeah, you
correct?
couldn't get a permit for that
For
part
that part of the
until.
porch.
Yeah, so here's what the direction I think we should go here. I think we should, I don't have a problem with where it is, how it projects, all that. You get approval from zoning, then you come back here with that front reworked. Other than that, I would say that's the only piece that I would want to see redone. This put a window where that door is on the right side
Mhm.
between those two windows, put a window there, and then rework that front entrance. Again, it could be dropped down lower. You're gonna take the gingerbread off of it
Correct.
and, give it some detail around the door itself,
That's fine.
okay? That way if you get approval from zoning, they're interested in the setback. They're not interested in what it looks like architecturally.
You think, tell me if maybe I'm wrong, there's so much going on around this house. We're mixing up a little texture here and there, separation.
You mean like the gable end?
Well, the gable of the porch, for one, would be definitely one place I'd consider doing
Sure.
something.
Sure.
Either shiplap or maybe even board and batten.
Well, being that it's somewhat farm style, it could be
Yeah.
a board and batten up there, in the second area. That's not out of the question either. I mean, but then do you take that at the garage and do the same thing?
That's
I mean, it could, it would,
Yeah,
it
I
would-
would
I don't
say
have a
that.
problem with that either.
Yeah,
It's a good suggestion. What's
make it
your,
look like it's kind of built into something that was already there rather than,
yeah,
I mean, I almost have to do a roof turn, you know, we're seeing an awful lot of portable bad things, and to me, even with, and especially with black windows, I would prefer not to go in that direction. With what, black windows?
I understand.
It's like-
I just, this is, yeah, it's all white, I know, yeah, that, well, the whole black window thing in general.
It's just gone crazy.
Yeah.
Lots of portable bad
Well, that's-
windows. I'd rather not, I'd rather, if you don't mind, I'd rather just stay just consistent with what it is. I agree that front needs some attention, but I really don't want to go more bad. It's gonna make it look like we're following the trends, and this thing's pretty old.
Yeah, well, the only thing I was saying with the garage area, I don't know if you've seen, like the barn, where you make it look like it was something different.
Right.
And that actually would even, I'd even consider if you did verticals, maybe do it a different color, that's a gray or something, but that's a whole different animal that I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I do have a couple of photos of inspiration of this one painting like a few years ago, and I think because of the modern structure in the back, I really kind of didn't want to throw no out in terms of making that.
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
Going with another barn look, and then I got a newer section in the back, so. I
Yeah.
just kind of want to keep the street side,
Mm-hmm.
consistent with what it is. So this is the inspiration of, what we did a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, I mean, it's got a lot of texture to it, windows that I don't want to throw another element to it. As far as,
Yeah.
especially as big as that garage is,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, I did put those carriage doors on there and kind of break it up a little bit. So that's the inspiration on the look of the addition of that.
mhm.
Thank you.
So into that, the middle of.
That's correct, March
So
15th.
Dennis, Dennis, real. So what I think I'm hearing you say is that even if they, in order to, I mean, one thing they could do is they could put a freeze board across here. And then even if they kept it lap sided, it could be painted a different color. It would break up that elevation a little bit as a thought. Whether they,
Yeah, I think that's something that's worth exploring, because it is going to just be kind of huge mass of
if you could do the same
white, something.
right here, you could run the freeze board across here and
The
then.
backside, you've got the stone and some other things going on. but
Sure.
Really across the front. Porch is gonna help a lot. That's addressed.
Okay.
But even the other options, I got that transition between the garage and the contemporary thing. I mean, that's even throw a different color or a little stone or something in that. Seeing on the low part in there, just.
Yeah,
Yeah, seeing it there, but looking at it in the photos,
Yeah.
what that house actually looks like, I don't really want to draw much more attention to those areas.
Mm-hmm.
With the area, that color,
Yeah.
a little modern looking in there. That house is just,
I know there's,
it's, it is what it is.
I don't know. I think, yeah, let's see, you doing the front porch addition to kind of bring you a focal point on there is going to help immensely.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the.
I mean, it just, yeah, I was thought of just kind of breaking up the
No, I
mass of white there somehow or other, but that's, I'm not gonna make it a huge issue of that.
I think lowering that,
Yeah, lowering that,
lowering the gable and getting rid of
and
that.
it's an elevation that throws it up too, because on the garage roof is a different pitch,
Right.
even though it's so far away, in reality, it's not gonna read. It makes it look worse than the elevation.
I wonder if this was just changed to a 10-12, like this is 10-12, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I know you're going up against the 1212 here,
I
but
still would drop it. I think that's, what's that plate right there? That's,
I don't know. It's kind of weird that the ceiling heights is where it is, and yet you've got,
that's the old
Well,
style house.
It's the floor above.
Yeah, you've
Yeah,
got, you're that far above the floor.
It's a blue frame,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
That's why it looks, yeah, it's the old school way of doing things.
Well, it's blue fair, you just move the ceiling up.
A few jets.
Yeah. So I think unless you got other thoughts here, no. My sense would be, I would approve, we would approve everything except that one section of the front elevation needs to be reworked. So adding the window, lowering that, the plate height, and trimming around the door. So, I mean, I would just say that if you revised that and came back after we get zoning, I mean, it's gonna work out that way probably anyway. I mean, zoning is when?
March.
March
If
15th.
zoning's not till March.
We've got 2 meetings.
Oh, you can come back before March.
You could come back, yeah, so actually our approval is hinged on zoning.
Right.
So if you wanted to come back to us prior to go to zoning,
Yeah.
I mean, with this front elevation revised,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we could do that. You
Worst
don't have
case
to
scenario,
wait.
zoning says, no, you can't have it.
Exactly, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even sure that the customer wants to even open that can of worms yet, but we're pushing for it.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
It's necessary.
I don't want to spin anybody's wheels here to get this revised and then find out zoning doesn't approve it.
Totally agree.
Right, but the revision isn't that difficult.
No, I understand. It's just,
I'd rather have it.
okay, that's fine. So we'll,
I just want to make sure the option was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of it in terms of if you don't get the zoning, you just wasted whatever time you're done, but.
sure.
But it keeps pushing things out.
Oh, no,
So it's middle of March, that means you would have to be ready for the,
Like 17th.
is there a meeting after the zoning in March for us?
Well, your next meeting would be the 21st.
In March, after zoning?
Yes, after zoning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, I mean, it's your call. You can come back before or after. I just think, you get approval. If you can make the changes fairly quick after the zoning approval, then you can come back for the 21st.
Yeah, I mean, I'll run it by the owner and see.
Sure.
If I can, shoehorn it in before I ever just did it through you guys and I don't know if that.
Again, that's your
that
call.
helps or not, so, you know.
It doesn't matter to us. I mean, generally, we don't want you coming to us before you get zoning approval because we don't want us to approve it and zoning not approve something. That's the porch then. You
The
wasted your
porch-
time.
Right.
Portion has a problem with the front
Sure.
setback. Not by much. What is it, 5 feet
It's
you need?
10 feet.
6.5 feet?
But is it just right at the building line now?
It is, it's right at the building line. Which I.
That's the thing, we don't have the exception in South Russell for open porches.
I asked if the porches were included in roofs as well.
What?
Yeah, that's, I think you should really got
I think-
5 feet or 6 feet or something like that for an open porch.
Is that right?
Yeah, as long as it's open.
Dave, but I thought he said no. I just said it have to go BCA.
Yeah, he did say it.
I wouldn't think,
Well,
but you never know, but yeah, it seems.
either way, we're going to approve it except for the front entrance area.
Understood.
Okay?
Yep.
All right.
All right, so just, when's my next?
I don't wanna tell them.
For here, I mean, I want to get everything, is this all formal? Can I get that, or can I just have this in?
No, I believe he should reappear, right, Gary?
Say that
Yes,
again?
yes, he needs to resubmit and reappear just for the front,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that would be, if you could get me the information by the 13th, you could be in the meeting on the 21st.
So February 13th.
And I guess just to be clear, I think it's just a matter of, you've got a new sheet with that front elevation and a photo of the front of the house
Right.
to go along with it. I don't know that we need.
Yeah. I don't think-
I don't need to see the whole setting, you're honest. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it, just
No, I
make it
appreciate
clear
it.
and make it simple in terms of, because we have all of this and there's no need to recreate all the more copies and all that stuff. So.
I can't believe we missed getting a photo of the front of your house, but I got that slide.
I'm not sure you really want to see the front of the house the way it is right now. It's not the nicest looking place.
And if it's easy and you want to update the 3 dimensions, that's great. That's your option. In terms, that's my opinion. I don't know if you guys share that or not. These are great. These are incredibly helpful, especially for complex additions like this to understand what's happening. So
absolutely.
I appreciate you submitting those.
Do we need a motion here?
Yeah, I would say we probably need a motion to approve the overall design with the exception of the front, existing front entrance area, to lower the roof, the gabled roof area, and provide trim around the entrance door. Right?
Do you want me to swap the door for a window on the?
Yeah, we got that
the
one.
other door.
Right. Correct. Make sense?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Sure.
How much lower you
What,
were?
permits? No. So we'll see you
I was trying to
hopefully
get 13th, so.
by the 15th for the front.
Yeah, that sounds like that. But I need to do
Board is only, we have till the 17th.
17th.
11:50. January 15th for board zoning and the application filled out, so they need to state why they need this variance.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
So,
I know, I'm,
yes,
so I would go ahead and.
So I don't, what I don't understand is how to do this then, because
so here's.
yeah, I need the building permit
I
application
would
and
say,
the CCA form. You have it, it's
because
just.
essentially
I don't know.
you're gonna do 2 approvals now.
yeah.
What?
How do I know you asked me?
Okay, revised and received,
Yes.
front entry.
Well, if you don't know, you'll let us know as we go along. And the bond, signed original bond for 23. That's a small thing.
You could mark the.
And then a pen with a lot of ink.
That's not a just a motion. People approve his name.
I'm just gonna bring my big old box of checks with me.
Are
Are we good?
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Good night.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye-bye.
It's actually front, that's the front elevation, right?
So on the stamp, I would check off approved as noted,
And also review, revise and resubmit front entry.
Yeah, I put front elevation, front entry, it's the same thing, it's fine.
yeah.
So should we,
So that's how I mark it up. Don't mark that up.
is that an okay, front door?
Yeah, right.
Should we sign this then too? Or just wait until the resubmit? Because the reality is, I don't think you're gonna process this
Wait
until,
until we get approved.
until the final approval with the front elevation.
Yeah,
In
that
terms,
would be on the next.
In terms of getting permits, I mean,
well, he's not gonna do that until zoning anyways, but.
Right.
right, well, I think he may have wanted permits for everything else except for the front entrance. Until board zoning, because he wants to get started. But I will put on those permits if I issue them for, I mean, I won't issue anything for the front, just nothing for the front.
Yeah, I mean, whether, I mean, coming here tonight wasn't to guarantee that he's gonna walk out with a permit, right?
Right, no,
So-
absolutely not.
I think that if he decides to come back for the next meeting, and he gets that, then he still can't get a permit until he gets zoning, unless he just gets the permit for everything but the
Right,
entry, right?
and he probably will. want to
And that's
get
fine.
everything
That's
except for front entrance.
So next time we meet, we'll sign the other sheet that is for approval,
Yeah,
and that, in the drawings, we're marking up accordingly. Okay,
I mean, if you don't want it, oh, okay. I have the stamp here if you don't want to sign that front page. Is that where the?
no, that's fine. It's
It's actually the second page,
Oh,
so
okay,
here
all
it
right,
is.
yeah.
So it's marked.
Well, nothing will get past. Thank you.
I actually am willing to bet that that front door already has trim on it.
I'm gonna bet it does too, but it doesn't show, but
Oh, I agree.
Very simple, I mean, it's
Yeah.
1860 farmhouse.
Yeah.
And you got Frank Lloyd Wright on the back of it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of incongruity there, but.
Well, you know, the interesting thing is he didn't want to change a look, and yet it's two different houses, or two different structures.
Three.
Well,
I mean, what, I say, you make it, you embrace it.
Yeah, I mean, I think taking the gingerbread off,
I guess I've done that a few times where
yeah, I'm sure you have.
you intentionally make it look like it's multiple buildings that are just kind of been merged together. And
Right.
just-
So you haven't heard anything from Children?
No, I actually, I'm like, kind of reaching out to RSA.
Do we need to convene the meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we should convene the meeting at 6:13.
Or someone mashed this pen?